You know, that is frightening enough on its own, because I'm looking at this, I'm like, what the fuck is he chasing this waitress for? Damn, did they run out of chicken nuggets and ice cream? You know? I'm like, what she do to him? I want to get back into charity work, do something good for people.
Yeah, you know, I mean, with our schedules, it's hard to find time, but the timing on this worked out.
No. I do a little bit now. I don't have a lot of time, so I do a little bit. I help people get shirts from dtmerch.com. We got the Christmas sweater for you, Christmas tee. You see, we have the other things like the T-shirts, the tank tops, the hats, the stew pots. And remember, when you do come back to subscribe, then please realize that you can do it in so many convenient ways. We have a new payment system there that makes it so easier for people now to get that toasty goodness all over their bodies this Christmas, Martin. And Martin, you're looking at me like I'm about to put that toasty goodness on you right now. I'll show you this trailer, Martin, and then we'll bring up talk to our guest in a minute. But you know, for years, Martin, people have they've asked the question, what if Superman was an asshole? You've asked this question before. I'm saying, you know, yes, I've said that plenty of times. You know, he's cool now, but picture the situation here. So he comes down to Earth. Is he though? Is he? No, for the most part, he's cool.
Yeah, for the most part. Look, if Superman was an asshole, the world would be over in 15 minutes.
Exactly. See, that's the thing. Superman probably even said that there's some days I just want to kill a motherfucker. But if I do, I know Batman's gonna be on my ass. I better cool out.
Or if I do one, when will I stop?
When, you know, and that's, yeah. Now imagine the scenario here. Superman, as a boy, young Kal-El, comes down from Krypton and is adopted by really nice parents, has a good life, but he is just fucked up in his head, man. And there are no other. One day he just decides, you know what, fuck it, I know I got powers, ain't nobody gonna stop me.
Yeah.
I can do it. I can do what I want. And there are no superheroes to stop him. Mm-hmm. There's no other super villains to even compete with.
Right.
It's just dickhead Superman.
Now this was the premise of Hancock.
No, he was an alcoholic and he had days where he was kind of cool. No, I'm talking about straight up Hitler Superman. You know?
Okay.
That's a horrifying picture.
Yes.
James Gunn said, James Gunn, the guy that just got fired from over there.
I'll show you superheroes.
Yeah, he's like, That's what he said. He's like, damn, that is horrifying. I'm surprised nobody has made an actual horror movie about this. And because, you know, he's saying, you know, that it's a movie that it's not just what if Superman was an asshole? What if Superman was just downright evil? And that is what we have here, the concept we have here with this movie, Brightburn. Martin dodged. He's like, shit. You know, that is frightening enough on its own, because I'm looking at this, I'm like, what the fuck is he chasing this waitress for? Damn, did they run out of chicken nuggets and ice cream? You know? I'm like, what she do to him? What does she do to him? This concept, I think, is great. I like this. I mean,
this concept has been done in comics before.
No, it has been, because I know that, you know, they had Red Sun, where now that wasn't the same thing where he was just evil, but it was just kind of like, what if he just wasn't on our side? And when he lands over in Russia, I remember reading a comic a long time ago where even as a baby he was just beating the shit out of his dad. Yeah,
there's another comic called Max Immortal where they do the same kind of concept where he's just very alien and scary the whole time and takes over the world.
But you know, with this, it's one thing to be. I don't know where this is gonna go. Because, I mean, maybe this kid will just be a dictator, or I don't know. I don't know if the movie will go that far. But all I know is I'm looking at this right now, and this is like if they took Superman and turned him into Michael Myers. Mm-hmm. You know, what's scarier than Michael Myers? A flying Michael Myers.
Right.
With a cape.
And heat vision.
And heat vision, and super speed. Yeah, it's like they took a slasher almost, and gave them, besides the power of just teleportation and you know and regeneration, you know, the just or what you call it, invincibility. You know, they gave a slasher superpowers. This is like if you took Superman and combined Damien from The Omen with it, where, you know, you just have this kid that is just evil.
This is not a human child. There are those who will die for him.
It's a long ass scream. You know that's when you wave. No, you know what? That's when you. That's when you know that you were that high above ground. You stop to take a breath, and you looking like, shit, damn. James Gunn's probably about to lose another job.
Why is that?
Because he fucking with Warner Brothers. Because looking at this, like he just got this job over at Warner Brothers, and now they're releasing this trailer, which it's not that they're just making Superman a dark character. They're making Zack Snyder's Superman a dark.
Well, if Henry Cavill's not coming back, this is a good way to kill that off.
But it's almost like he's just messing with them. It's talk about, you know, it's almost like he's just doing a parody of how dark, you know, because he's like taking Zack Snyder's darkness that he added to it, and he's just making fun of that with this, because if you look at it, it's got a lot in common with the first Man of Steel trailer.
Well, it's also it's got more in common with Superman the movie with Christopher Reeve.
Nah, I think because if you look at the trailer right here, because the trailer, you see what I'm saying? Like there are elements in that trailer where it looks like, yeah, if you look at the beginning of this, you see the muted colors. You even hear Hans Zimmer's score.
In time, you will help them accomplish wonders.
You know, they're playing with the sheets. You see them out in the
yes,
you know,
that is like that. But there's the point where his mom is going over you're here for a reason. And you watch that first movie, that Christopher Reeve movie, Glenn Ford, as his Jonathan Kent, says that to him over and over.
Yeah, they do, but I'm telling you, man, that like this is making a statement. This is riding off of shit, you thought Zack Snyder was dark. Shit, I got some darkness for you, right? You know, they're making fun of that trailer. That Zack, because they put that together to be that trailer. Same beats and they did it for a reason. They did it because they wanted to mislead you. You know, you look at some of the same shots, like
where you going? Oh, Superman's back.
yeah. You know, a lot of people thought, oh, I got that sequel. Shit. Because you look at how, I got them side by side almost, how you got some of the same things that are going on. I mean, they try to like get some of the same shots, you know, like, you know, they really put an emphasis on the grass, the same colors of that. You know, this is something where, you know, I could just picture Warner Brothers and like, hey, Zach, come here, man. Or James, come here. Let me show you something, man. Look at this. What the fuck is this? You couldn't wait. you know, and he's like, and the thing is, he didn't direct it. You know, he's just writing. Like, it's not Warner Brothers that's releasing this. It's Sony that's putting this out.
Oh,
yeah. James, you think this shit is funny? Can you see some executive?
That's what you mean about how he's about to lose another job.
Yeah. Sony put this up. Oh, you want to talk some shit, huh? Let's see if Spider-Man got a job for you. Get the fuck out of here.
And you know, this is not his first foray into making dark superhero movies.
No,
Super.
That's right. If y'all haven't seen Super, that's a movie that he directed. So, you know, he has a fascination with dark superheroes anyway. And Super was more of a dark comedy, if you haven't seen it. But it was a really good movie. I know I think at the time, there were a lot of people who gave this movie not so good reviews because it was so dark. I think it just freaked people out. Mm-hmm. That was the one with Rainn Wilson. Yeah. Rainn Wilson is a person who is mentally unstable, who's infatuated with superheroes and comics. And he decides to become a superhero, but when he does, he takes it to like these extreme violent.
Plus, he's just a regular dude.
He doesn't have any powers. He just has he has the power of craziness.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's mentally unstable, and that helps him actually go out and fight crime.
Excuse me, have you seen my wife?
I don't think she wants to see you anymore.
What? Why do you need all those?
I'm making up my own superhero. He needs a weapon. That'll do.
And he beats the fuck out of people.
Yeah.
With that.
For cutting in line at the movies.
Yeah, it's a disturbing film, man, and I think it really bothered a lot of people. James Gunn was at the screening we were at, and he was real cool, man. We've talked to him twice. Like we were on a phone call with James Gunn years ago. Me and Jeff, whenever he produced a video game, and it was the weirdest thing. And because they said, "You want to interview James Gunn?" We're like, "Yeah," and we expected like his agent to say, "All right, we're waiting for Mr. Gunn to come in," and he just called. He's just like, "Hey guys, what's up? I'm here." You like my movie? So, no, that was for his game at the time. So yeah, he says, "I got a joke for you, by the way." Sorry, Jeff. Something about boys and fucking. I don't know.
I've seen it done like 3 or 4 times that I can name in comics, but each one of those times it's different. So I'm very curious as to how this is going to play out, and this really does take it more, at least from what it looks like, in a horror movie. Vein.
I think that's one of the things I was interested in is how they're going to take a Superman type movie, even if it's an evil Superman or a Superboy, and how they're going to do that with a lower budget. And I imagine they're playing around with the horror elements of it, or the horror genre. It allows them to pull back, which works better for horror anyway.
Sure. And him being a kid, he might stay local to where he is when he's into what he's doing. But and then knowing it's James Gunn and how much I love Super, it has me all the more excited about it.
Now we're kind of probably entering a new era of superhero genre, which would be probably the horror superhero genre.
Sure.
Which we already kind of saw. Started with you know what movie I'm talking about.
Oh, New Mutants?
No, that's not. I don't even know if that's coming out. Which would be that would be an expansion on that movie Split.
Oh, right.
Yeah, with the McAvoy, yeah.
With Professor Xavier.
Body. Who are you? Help me get out of here, Hedwig.
I'm a bad edit.
An individual with multiple personalities can change their body chemistry with their thoughts.
I wouldn't be surprised if Sony was trying to, now that they have Glass coming out, and they showed that this is now a universe, I wouldn't be surprised if Sony is trying to start their own little thing. Like, you got this character here, which is clearly a villain.
Yeah.
But what if we get another kid who's just like, nah, fuck that guy. Took my lunch money. Some kid who has powers who has to stop him. I wouldn't be surprised they're trying to make their own kind of slight superhero horror universe.
Sure.
Like, that's another one, Bradley. Thank you. Like Chronicle. Chronicle was kind of it's more sci-fi, but it definitely did have horror elements to it. That's a great point. Because I look at this, man, and it's cool to see how they show you it's a very thin line between a superhero and a monster.
Oh yeah, no, it holds a dark mirror up to all these superhero movies we've been enjoying. You're like, oh, you praise those heroes, those guys with powers. You wish you could be them, but it could also turn out this way.
Yeah, and I even look at some of the images that are supposed to be uplifting and beautiful and heroic. If you just turn around just a little bit,
play that violin,
like there are creepy moments in here, like when he's running through those sheets, and then they have this moment here where he's out in that barn trying to tear that door open. That's frightening right there, man.
Sure.
Like he's all feral and that, and it's man. I'm very interested in what they do here. Now, like I said, he didn't direct the guy. I forgot the guy's name. Somebody looks it up. You can tell me. It's no rush. But I know the guy. I think he did like a corn video.
Okay.
Not the vegetable, but dude just sitting up there filming corn.
Corn. It's what's for breakfast.
This is one of those trailers, man, that just kind of came out of nowhere and has people talking, and I think it couldn't have come out at a better time because. And I know Sony loves fucking with Marvel, man. Not that they're taking anything away from Marvel, but they will dick ride Marvel, man, because they had the Avengers Endgame trailer come out. Very smart move, putting out another superhero trailer that is not uplifting and heroic. It's very dark. Also shows, like what you said, how not only are we trying to while people on a superhero high, But it also shows that, yeah, there's still a lot to be done with this this genre right here. We are entering that age now, and you make a great point, man, that age where superhero movies have been out long enough that we got to start exploring different themes with them now. I think something like this does that. Yeah, looking forward to this, man, very much.
Very much. When's it come out?
Let me see. Cause, you know, they always say at the end, but it might be one of those things where it just said 2019, Memorial Day. Thank you.
Okay, that means they believe in this.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, Memorial Day. By the way, thank you so much, famous Felix catchphrase. By the way, Chris Ayers, thank you for the correction. It was not James Gunn who wrote Brightburn. He did produce it, but his brother helped write it, and another guy helped write it. I think the guy who did it just wanted today. I'll just read the email. Chris Ayers, always good for correction. I just want to let you know that James Gunn didn't write Brightburn. He's just producer. However, it was written by his cousin and one of his brothers. Also, the guy that's directing also directed the Guardians Volume 2 tie-in music video. Actually, man, I've probably never seen this.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty funny.
It is.
I had the most wonderful dream the other night. It was about you subscribing to this YouTube channel. Make it come true. Subscribe. And if you want to see a longer form version of this video, go to doubletoasted.com where you can see that along with our live streaming videos that we do almost every night of the week. Support us at dtmerch.com and stay toasted.